day is it?
15th of July.
15th of July, and we are just leaving the massive port of Dover. This is something bigger than we've done before. It's quite exciting and a little bit scary. Well, a lot scary. No, really scary, because those things, you could get about 5 million of our boat on the top of that, or in it somewhere. So we've just been given instructions to come over to the Knuckle Lighthouse, which is that one over there in front of us, and then 7-8 knots. 7 knots.
Roger that, 7 knots out the east entrance and up to the north. Thanks very much for your help. This is cool leaving Dover. It's been our most technical test of using the radio and calling port control and marinas, and they've asked us now to get up to 7 knots, which we think is our best speed, and head out that entrance. So I'm assuming they want us to get out before something else comes in. So had a really great trip to Dover, and now we're heading out the east entrance, which means we've got to go past all the big boats, and got permission to get up to 7 knots and get out of the east entrance. So doing that now, heading to Ramsgate. It's a bit spooky, like watching all of the big ships, but they're so good here. It's like listening to, I guess, air traffic control. You know, and so we're probably safer here, not going to get hit by anything more so than in the middle of the ocean, because they're keeping a watch on everything, which is amazing. They've been super helpful. So if you're watching this Dover Port Control, thank you very much for all of your help. It's been an absolute pleasure. But nothing super close, thankfully.
Yeah, I've got the Dunbrook Seaway started just over 5 minutes. Yeah, that's all copied. Yeah, no one's on that.
Take 2! We just left there. It's Dover, obviously. I said that just now. And those are the white cliffs of somewhere near to Dover. And it's a lovely day. There's not much wind, and what there is of it is disappointing. But we're not getting blasted around all over the place. The water's flat. There's no major swell. And I'm hammering the hell out of the engine because he said to get out of the way, but I'm going to drop it back a bit now because I don't like running an engine flat out like that all the time. So there's the shipping channel over there. You can see the bulges on the horizon, and in the big background of that is France. Sorry, I was listening to the radio. So that's 20 miles away-ish. Near enough. And we are now heading to, where are we going?
Ramsgate.
Ramsgate. And then we're going to stay there the night, and then we're going on from there to Harwich the next day. Hopefully we'll miss Goodwin Sands. We won't go along the bottom, which would be bad. So Dover, what a surprise. A few people have said, you know, it was a bit of a hole, but we went round and we've seen the Dover Castle. You've got to go there. That's it. That's Dover Castle. And there's a big hill fort on the other side, which is built in the late 1700s to foil the dastardly French from coming over here and sneaking in and stealing our things. These days it doesn't happen so much. it really. Pretty cool. We're going to put the sails up in a minute, I think, and so maybe have a go. I don't know. Can't really work out if there's enough wind or not, or whether it's just the compression off the cliffs. Oh look, fortifications in there. Look, pillboxes in the cliff. Sneaky.
It'd be lovely to do walks along here. There's so much to do. We could have spent a lot more time here.
Yeah, you see the people so small on the top of the cliff up there.
Yeah. White cliffs. Sailing a bit. Doing 9 knots.
Yeah, I know. Ideal.
Really knock the engine back a little bit.
Yeah.
Or do you want to stay doing 9 knots?
How long's the trip?
Right now, 1 hour 27.
That's the whole.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we could afford to slow down a bit, can't we really?
Yeah.
Let's come out. So we've just come out from, and they're trying to get us out quickly because the big blue thing there and the big blue and white thing there as well. So they were very good. They got us out before they got the ferries out. They're very good. They're really on it and know exactly what's happening, which I guess is a good thing. What a beautiful day. Anybody is asking why we do it, this is why. Not enough wind for a proper sail, but then who cares, it's nice. Fucking glare at me, prick. So, where are we?
We are in Ramsgate.
Why are we here?
To get fish and chips.
Oh yeah.
So once again we're on the great fish and chip hunt, and we haven't, Dover was a bust. Nothing was open when we were there, or they'd run out, so we're now attempting again in Ramsgate. Wait for the bike to go by before we head over the Thames estuary tomorrow, dodging all of the boats and the sandbanks and the everything to get into up the Orwell past Harwich. Don't like it as much as Dover so far.
I have an overwhelming desire to own explosives. I hate noise. Right, so here it is. And what's yours like?
That's mine.
You've got a medium.
I got medium, but with mushy peas.
I got a large one and large chips as well because I'm absolutely Hank Marvin. So how much was that altogether?
About 26 quid.
26 quid. And yeah, I think that's good. Marked out of 10.
Don't know yet. I haven't touched fish. The matter. It's alright. Not the best chips we've had.
No.
It's alright. I wouldn't, yeah.
Fish is good.
Have
Chips
better.
are not quite so good. I'm going to give that a solid 8. What did you say?
I don't think it's as nice as the one we had at Dartmouth.
You know, it's not.
No, I don't think so. I'd say 6.5, 7.
Okay.
7.
So you had it here first. What's the place called? Peter's Fish and something or other in Ramsgate. Not bad. I'm starving, so I'm going to put this down. Quite like that. So here we are, leaving Ramsgate. I think. Which way am I going?
Left, oh, that way.
Good job I asked, really. Dear me. Should be some boys around this corner. Let's show me the way out. It's amazing, I can forget where I am in the space of about 5 minutes. Anyway, so there we are. That was Ramsgate. Fish and chips was great, but it was quite traumatic to be in the fish and chip shop with all the drunk people. It's a bit of a, I'm guessing that they've pulled the. There's no red one. And that'll be the reason why I can't see the red boys, that they pulled it up. Really? That's just cheating. It's difficult enough for me. Come on. Right, so this is the channel in. So this is where you get border force coming in at 90 knots. Or whatever speed it was. Anyway, it made a lot of our stuff fall over yesterday. I wasn't very impressed when you're just right outside the harbour. And we're going to get up to the end of these line of boys and then turn left. Just coming into, that's Felixstowe over there with all the big boats. I've had a couple of moments looking at them on the horizon. And I'm going to go up that way a bit. That's Harwich over there, which looks a little bit nicer, if I'm honest. Felixstowe just looks like containers. I'm sure it's lovely, somebody will tell me. We are at the Royal Harwich Yacht Club, which is just a little way up from where the boat is at the moment. And I haven't been thrown out for being scruffy. I'm quite liking the fact that there's a big old Thames barge coming down. Love those things, they look so great. That's a lovely bit of kit. I'd quite like one of those. So we were just looking out at the opposite bank from where we are in Surrey Marina, is it? Surrey Marina, yeah, near Harwich, and we put the depth on. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it says 9 feet, 9.1 feet. 9.1 feet, so we're going to see if the depth is accurate or not, or how it's measured. And Ellen has my trusty sea magnet and is now going to stick it to the pontoon. You have one job. You have one job to do. It's now jammed on there. Oh man, that's funny. Come on.
It's really... Oh my god. Okay.
Hey, there you go. Now if you can drop that down the side not into the green gunge, that'd be amazing.
Where do you want it?
That'll do. There you go. The idea is just to see if we're actually accurate with it, or whether we are likely to at some point bounce along the bottom. That's water level, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, there. Oh, close enough anyway.
That's good enough.
Yeah. Okay, we now need a measuring stick.
Okay. That's quite nice. Ellen's just popped in to get a measuring device.
So 10 foot 3.
So we've got, it says 9.1.
9.1 now, does it?
Yeah, so it's about a foot over. So actually, that's where we want it. Throw myself on the floor. So we've come up for a quick bite to eat at the Button Oyster, which is there, and it's right on the river just up from where we're moored today. Tomorrow we'll be off to, well, Scarborough eventually, but it will take us a little while to get up there, so it's looking like a 36-hour sail of some description, which is hard work because there's not much wind and it's very, very hot. It's absolutely roasting. You're a few weeks behind us at the moment, and it is the hottest day of the year apparently, or it's meant to be the hottest day of the year today. Not bad. Nice lunch, nice view, well worth a visit. Didn't get to try the beer out though because it's just too hot to drink beer.
So I'm starting to do our route planning. We've decided to go from Harwich all the way to Whitby because apparently it's easier and quieter to get in there during the week. So we're going to do a 2-day passage. So I'm just starting to look at the charts, the tides. We've got to get to Whitby between 8 and 12 in the morning on the 21st. That's Thursday. It's the 19th today, which should be plenty of time for us to get up there, because we've got to get in with the tides with the swing bridge, and we've got to wait till about 12:30 here in a couple of hours to get out of here, to make sure we have enough water under the keel. We're going to get some fuel and then we're going to head off. So I'm going to look at the charts and look at a good route up there, and I'm going to plot it on, get Navionics to plot it automatically, and then I'm going to check the route, because I can edit the automatic route to make sure it makes sense with this as well. So that's what I'm going to do.
Right, I'm going to try that again, because I didn't press record again, despite the fact that there's a big red light flashes on the front of this thing when you press record. Complete fail. It's Tuesday, the something of somethings. I've got no idea what date it is, or half the time even where we are. We're up the River Orwell, past Harwich and Felixstowe, on the right hand side if you look at the map. And today we've done all the chores, done all the recycling, put everything away, filled the water tanks up, and my top tip is to run the hose for a good long time when you're filling your boat up before you fill your tanks up. It gets all the grotty water that's been left in the plastic pipes out the way first, and then fill your tanks up. When the water feels a bit cooler in the summer, it's probably come from under the ground the other side of the pontoons, so it tastes better. It's probably better for you as well. Ellen, who's over there currently coming this way, has done the route for us, past all the crab pots hopefully, and lobster pots. And now we are going for breakfast in the little cafe up the top here, which is very nice, very straightforward sort of place. It's not got a massive menu. It's kind of jacket potatoes sort of zone, you know, but it's really good and it's cheap. We like cheap. We like cheap and good, or if not cheap, then good value for money. And this is, isn't it?
Very much.
Very much so. So we like them.
Yeah.
So you'll see that in a minute. And then we're going. Well, we just walked around to have a look at the fuel dock to make sure that we get on there easily enough without embarrassing ourselves. And then when we've had breakfast, we'll go around there and fill up.
I need to double check the water filter before we go. Can you check that yet?
Yeah, always good. I'll check the oil as well, because I haven't checked that yet either. So a couple of checks to do before we go. Make sure nothing goes grandy. And then we're going. So breakfast is up. There it is. Imminent breakfast. Harbourside Kitchen. Thoroughly recommended. If you come here, well worth a shot. Yeah, sorry, I switched that off then and moved the thing. So nothing much else to do apart from poke some fuel in and go and hope we can sail a bit. It'll be a nightmare if we can't, because we'll have to pull in somewhere and probably get some fuel, I would imagine. I don't know.
Well, I think we'll be able to sail. It's just a case of how fast we're going to go while we're doing it. Particularly the next 5 hours, the tide's going to be against us. I guess that's the only thing we do.
We're sailing backwards in this wind.
Yeah, the only
It's not gonna help us at all.
Well, we could leave after high tide and get the tides with us for the first 5 hours while there's in this bit.
Well, get a bit of a distance before it gets dark.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So that's it. And now we are pretty much ready to go on that's probably the longest journey we've done, isn't it?
180 miles.
180 miles. So that's pretty cool. 2 to 24 across the top, and they're about 10 or 12 deep.
Wow.
And then you look at the length, as we come round, you look at the length of it and think, there's thousands of them. Absolutely thousands of them. I wonder how much money that costs to shift all that. Must be millions.
Well, what was it saying? It was like $250,000 or something to go through the Panama Canal, to save like 10 days, so the fuel must be a fortune. Ooh, that's quite a pretty one. Lucky look at their shade canopy today. Hey, so I thought I'd talk to you guys. So it's pretty big out here. I've made an executive decision to go on the other, I wouldn't really say tack. I'm just trying to keep the dinghy out of the water and not too much pressure in the main while I figure out if I can refit on my own. I don't know, I'm a little bit scared, but I also know I can do it. But I've never been in charge of the boat without someone else. I know Frank is there, but he's just not feeling great, and I don't have to get him up.